Though the nations rage, kingdoms rise and fall, there is still one King reigning over all. So I will not fear, for this truth remains, that my God is the Ancient of Days. None above Him, none before Him, all of time in His hands. For His throne it shall remain and ever stand. All the power, all the glory, I will trust in His name. For my God is the Ancient of Days. Though the dread of night overwhelms my soul, He is here with me. I am not alone. Oh, His love is sure, and He knows my name. For my God is the Ancient of Days. None above Him, none before Him, all of time in His hand. For His throne it shall remain and ever stand. All the power, all the glory, I will trust in His name. For my God is the Ancient of Days. Though I may not see what the future brings, I will watch and wait for the Savior King. Then my joy complete, standing face to face in the presence of the Ancient of Days. None above Him, none before Him, all of time in His hands. For His throne it shall remain and ever stand. All the power, all the glory, I will trust in His name. For my God is the Ancient of Days. For my God is the Ancient of Days.
Morning. Let us now gather our hearts and our minds at this time and lift up our voices to worship our God and sing in our first song together.
Well, good morning, New Life. It is good to be together again on this final Sunday of November. Hopefully, you're able to have some time with your family and friends and gain as much weight as I did, about 6 pounds and counting. If you're like me, it's right around this time, usually around the last Sunday of November, I start thinking about the next year. There's something about that next year for me, although it's just a number, I start looking ahead and thinking maybe everything will be better because you're going to enter into a new year, and whatever hardships or struggles or difficulties that you had, you feel like there's something symbolic about a new year. And as I was thinking about this over the past week, I came across 2 different data points. The earlier part of the week, it was on the news. It was talking about how there's an unprecedented number of people who are leaving their jobs and their companies right now. I'm not sure in what recent time, but it's the highest in recent time. And then yesterday, as I was going to a gathering, I was listening to a podcast, and it was saying how pastors, they did a survey in January of this year, and there were 29% of pastors who were seriously considering leaving their post as pastors. And they did another survey at the end of October, and that number was higher than it's been since September 11th, and it was at 38%. And the reason I bring that up is there's something about what's happening in this country, which, of course, Captain Obvious, between politics and race and COVID and all of the things that are happening. There's this restlessness and there's this fatigue, and in the places where we spend the most amount of our time, whether it's at work or whether it's at church, there's this just fatigue and you just want out. And one of the reasons why we come to church is because we realize that this restlessness is a restlessness of the soul. And there's so many things that are happening on a meta narrative, on a meta level that we're trying to process, and we're dealing with it. And so we come together on Sunday morning saying, God, we need rest. You can only give us the rest that we need. So with that in mind, I'm going to ask you to stand with me as I read this morning's call from Isaiah chapter 40 that addresses this. Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might, he increases strength. Even youth shall faint and be weary, and young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Let's continue our worship by singing Everlasting God.